how would you recommend women best educate themselves on hormones in general?
Read. We try. So it's one of the reasons we put together our Human Optimization Academy, and one of the courses that's up there is what's called "What to Fix First." And so if you and it talks a lot about hormones and how do I just start to take control of my health and we have and then I have talks up there talking about this subject about hormones and cancer, hormones and athletic performance, which is a huge thing we didn't even get into. We should do a whole thing about that. How do you utilize hormones to increase athletic performance and to prevent injuries? So I think that that's a great source. We're trying to, like I said, I try to base everything. My goal is to teach people the way physicians should be taught, and that is off of research, right? We should look at the research, critically look at the research because there's a lot of bad research. So my goal is to take all this research that's coming in, critically look at the studies, pick out the good studies, and hopefully digest them and give them back to you guys and say, hey, okay, here's the research, here's the evidence, here's my thoughts, but read the research and figure it out. And so you've got to look for these curated sources of that. So I think that that's one of the best ways to educate yourself is to, like our Human Optimization Academy. I think listening to podcasts like you have, those kinds of things are huge. There's a great book called Estrogen Matters. That's a really helpful read written by an oncologist and an OB-GYN that really sort of will reassure you a little bit along that cancer front. So I love that book. My friend Uzi Rice, who's a big, huge hormone doc in LA, has written several books on estrogen. Dr. Rice, Reiss, has written several really good books on hormone replacement. He's brilliant in the subject. And so I think, read, and if you're overwhelmed by the reading, it's what I think, our goal as physicians should be. I mean, physician, the word means teacher. That just got lost along the way. So that's really what my hope is, and is that I've tried to take this stuff, put it together, try and make it digestible, present it to you, and then do what you want with it. I'm never going to force anybody to say my way's right, or this, you have to do this, but read,
Yes,
learn.
absolutely. Educating yourself anyway is better. And I appreciate the book recommendations. And I signed up for the Human Optimization Academy, and I do remember that first things first. And I have to get back to it because I just let it go by. So can I go back, or is it? Do I
Yeah,
have
no, I think
a
once you no, I think you
ex
have access to
period?
it. It's yeah, you just go back and
And it was
watch it over
so
and over again.
affordable. Oh, I
Because
don't
I
know if
talk so fast that you
yeah.
have to listen 4 times.
It was it was great. No, I feel good because I can go back because I had let it go and summer came and really want to go back to it. And I remember it being so affordable. I was like, this is a no
No, guys,
brainer.
it's like, I mean, it's an inexpensive little course, but we put it together because we had so many people who are like just paralyzed by the amount of information. And we said, okay, here, start here. Look at your hormones. Look at this, just to give people a little bit of here's where to start. Because I think all this information too becomes so overwhelming that you get paralyzed with information, information paralysis, and people just then don't do anything because they're paralyzed with information. So that's why we kind of put that together. And that's why we're trying to, and I have a lot of talks in there on uh, joints and hormones, and so just go through the stuff that's there, and have access to. There's a lot of free access on there, and there's some that's paid.
So much stuff. So much stuff. It's BLI.academy.
Academy,
That's what it is. BLI for the Bulger Longevity
Academy
Institute dot
Institute, yeah.
academy.
And then we
Go
always,
check it out.
we again, we see people all over the world, because the good thing about COVID is it allowed us to really all get really good at this, or pretty good.
Yes.
We still screw up our microphone sound, but still
Exactly.
half the time I'm like, God damn it, what did I do wrong? But the so I think that the nice thing is we're always happy to do consults. I have myself and I have two PAs, one who really is my peptide guru, and so we're always happy to help and answer questions too. So you guys always have access, but there's so much you can do on your own
Mm.
too.